Hello and welcome to the replay of my retro nightmare. We are on live stream number 4. I am going to magically appear and then you will be live with me. Hey everybody. As per usual, let me know if you can see me and hear me. We are going to do a little experiment later, or in a few minutes actually, to see if we can get that picture looking a little clearer for you. We have a hack that we've been thinking about, and we're going to try it. So let me know. Hi, Robin Sumner. Justin, hello. Tammy is here. Hey, Tammy. Rob Adventures, hello. Theodore from Central California is here. Theodore is saying see and hear okay. Johnny's here from John Spike Explores. Looks like we are good to go on audio and visual and all that good stuff. Carmen says hi. Hello, Carmen. How's it going? Tammy says looking good. Excellent. Okay, so you know what? No tricks today. I think we should just go ahead and check in on Sir Daniel in the closet. What do you guys think? See how he's doing on this fine Saturday evening. Here we go to the closet. Well, that was unexpected, but Sir Jason DeVorhees. There's just one problem though. It's not Friday the 13th. Okay, I guess you got me there. It is in fact Saturday the 13th.
Yes, Saturday, June the 13th. And June the 13th is Jason Voorhees' birthday, according to the law of Friday the 13th films.
Alrighty, so we are joined by Sir Jason today from the closet, and if you have any questions for him, he'll be there to assist you or kill you. Either one. Justin says hello, Sir Daniel. Sir Daniel isn't here. Sir Jason is here. Alrighty, enough of you. This. All right. What I meant to do was that. So there. Okay. Alrighty. So let's do a little test before we get into the fun stuff, the fun retro stuff. Like we've got a lot for tonight. We've got updates and we've got retro games. All kinds of stuff going on, some new stuff, some old stuff. We do have a mail call tonight. We're going to open some packages. So without further ado, let me try something for you, and I'm going to need you guys to let me know how the audio is and how the visual is. We're trying to like up the quality a little bit on this. So bear with me for 1 second. I'm also going to have to cut off the mic for a minute, but I will be back. So let's test this out. Still looks pixelated right now. Oh, there we go. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're on.
Because I think this is a clear picture. I don't know what you guys are seeing at home, but I think this is better. What do you think? Jacob has buffering, but that's due to his poor signal. Jacqueline says yes. Bianca says yes. Spaceman Dudley says what? Better. Theodore says better. We figured out a little hack here. And I think it is an improvement.
It is.
All right, good vid. Good vid. Glock 18 says good. So, all right, let's get started then. Updates. Another thing I can do too is I'm actually looking through my phone right now. I got a new phone, and looking through that instead of the laptop and this and that is making this better. So also what I can do is take it off of its little stand and walk it around the room. And I'm going to do that now because I want to show you the progress that we've made. Every week we do a little bit more. And so currently we have cleared off that back corner where those toys are on the shelf. If you'll remember, there was like a pile of hoarding there up to the ceiling practically, and that has been cleared out, and underneath the table as well was all cleared out, so it's empty. So I am going to give you a quick look around. I'm trying not to be too shaky. I know I'm gonna be Sir Jason. Okay, let me get to the areas where we're supposed to look at. So this corner, you can see floor. Wow, exciting. And we cleaned out underneath the table as well. You can also see that beautiful 70s carpet there. So that is all cleared out. Previously, we cleared off the top of the table. There's just some things on there tonight that we're using, but that was a big mess too. You couldn't even see the table at one point. And other progress that we've done was clear out this entire closet that Sir Jason is in today. Now this was filled up to the ceiling with stuff, and it was out in front of it about like 3 feet or something. So that's the progress that we've made. What's left still to do is the massive, massive corner right here that does go all the way up to the ceiling. There's actually shelving under there. And we've got to attack that sometime soon and see what treasures lie beneath. Okay, so bear with me on the dizziness. I'm going to put this back, and then we'll get officially started here. Retro floor, says Justin Hobart. Yes, it is. It is definitely a retro floor. So, okay. All right, so that's what we've been working on. We still have a lot to do, but good progress so far. What do you think?
Yeah, we've done a lot. I mean, there's a lot more to do, but I think the other night when we were doing that work, I think we did a little bit more. You realized it was only a little bit more work to do, and you almost did that whole side, not just underneath the table. So,
yes. Okay, so that's what we've been working on. Also, the group, we do have a group to sell things found in this room in. I did finally get some things up. There's still a ton more to go. I've done McDonald's toys and fast food toys and like a little of this and a little of that. I still have a bunch more I need to put up, and there'll be more coming out of the room as well. But if you do want to buy some things from the Retro Nightmare, they are up for sale on the My Retro Nightmare Facebook page. I'll try to get a link out for that, but I'll do it a little bit later. But you do want to check that page out. A couple of people have started a bag with me where you fill a bag and then it's shipped for one flat rate shipping price. So a couple of people have started that. And you can too if you're interested in buying toys or collecting toys. You can definitely check that page out. Okay, so the retro bags. I have not forgotten about those. I am going to Pennsylvania a week from Tuesday. So if I'm seeing you there, then I'm definitely bringing your bag with you instead of, or with me instead of mailing it. And Tammy has invited me to come and check out her Wizard of Oz collection, which is on the way, so I can deliver hers that way as well. For the others, like Sumner and Rob, Sumner, I'm going to mail yours, and Justin, I'm going to mail yours, but I'm still filling them, especially yours, Sumner. I'm still figuring that out and putting more stuff in. And Justin, I'm going to hold back the Star Wars bag since you said you're not that much of a fan. We'll save it for someone else, and things I think you'd like and that your son would like also, because you did tell me some things that he's into that I have around here. So I'll make a new bag for you and send that. And the Star Wars bag is going to be up for grabs again tonight, and I'm going to give it away for good. We're going to make it part of the spinning wheel thing tonight. And I'm going to make it easier to win. It's not going to be double like viewer spin, viewer win. If you land on that, it's not another spin. It's automatically prize bag tonight. So we will get to that a little bit later. So just a couple of quick notes. This is going to be the last live stream for a little while. Now, we've been doing this every 2 weeks, and we're not going to do it on, I think it's maybe the 27th would be the next night we would do this, but we're not going to do that. I'm going away to Pennsylvania, so that's kind of interfering with things, but I do want you to look out for additional live streams that will be happening. I'm going to do a live stream of just myself right before I leave for Pennsylvania. And I'm going to let you guys know what's going on in that trip and just some last minute like updates and things like that. And then when I'm in Pennsylvania, expect me to be going live 1 or 2 times there. I'm probably going to be going live with JP videos. So you'll want to check that out as well. So just keep an eye out for random live streams in the upcoming weeks, and then we will get back to my Retro Nightmare as scheduled. Okay, so that's what's going on there. We have something new for tonight. We have a mail call. Okay, so I am very grateful for this. I did not ask for it, but people have been asking me if they can send me retro stuff or for me to decorate with the new room set up, or also to sell. Some people have sent me stuff that they just think I can put up on the My Retro Nightmare selling page. I am trying to get rid of stuff, but I would never turn away people who want to send me a retro package of some sort, because we can always do unboxing and cool stuff like that and talk about what's inside. And it definitely relates to the live stream. So if you are interested, I'm also looking for people who have stories that go along with things, like maybe they had the same thing when they were a child, or they remember the TV show or whatever. If you want to share what stories about what you've sent, that would be great as well. You can PM me if you want to have an address to send things to. But let's get started. Let's see here. Now what I've got tonight is 2 packages from toy groups that I'm in that they've sent me. I don't know if they're on the live stream tonight, but they have sent me some things. I have 1 package from Sandra. and she is in the chat tonight. So I've got that from her. And then I have one thing that I did by myself. So I'm going to show you what's in here, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. So if you're joining and I haven't said hi to you, hi, Spaceman, Julie, Dan is here. Hey, Dan. Hello, everybody. Okay, so let's check this out. And then after this, we're going to get into some of those retro games that we've all come to know and love. And I've got kind of a new twist on the guessing game tonight. We're going to go back pretty far in decades, earlier than the 80s and 90s by special request. And I'm going to be asking some different things tonight, not just like, oh, what show did this come from? What character name is it? Stuff like, what did this object do? And kind of just some different variations on the theme. Okay, this is from Katie. So let's see what's in here. It's awesome stuff. Okay, so it is kind of, well, fairly well known that I like fast food toys. Older, of course, retro and vintage ones. So we've got this little guy here. That's so cool. It's the McDonald's like drink, like soda, but he's got a face. I don't know a year on him, but it looks like 80s or 90s. So that is really cool. And we've got, of course, Super Mario. He's a newer one, but I like how he looks like the old style. What's going on over there?
Technical difficulties.
No, we've had enough of those this week.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
So, no, it's not that Katie, Julie. This is a Katie I know from Toy Groups. Okay. So also we've got in here this little dinosaur. He's a 90s dinosaur, I think. And he is actually, if I can get my bearings right, from Arby's. It's a little Arby's dino. So that's kind of cool. We usually don't think of get like toys coming from Arby's. It's always McDonald's. But Arby's actually had some pretty cool stuff too. Check out his pants. Pretty sweet. So in here also is one, and I actually have a big collection of these. These are like the Barbies from McDonald's, and they've been coming out for like 1,000 years. I think they still do this now. Of course, there's different updates. Like some years the Barbies like move and they have real hair and they do different things. This is from the first year. It's kind of too dark. 91. That's from 91. And these are cool. I definitely collect these. If anyone is interested in these, I have so many. So many doubles and just tons of these. So I can always put these up in the group and people can buy them if they're interested, or maybe their daughter likes to collect Barbie stuff. I got tons of these. I cannot stress that enough. So this is really cool. I love the fast food related stuff, and I definitely want to thank Katie for that. I don't think she's in the stream, but this is really cool that she sent this. So thank you. She might watch the replay. Okay. Let's go ahead and do Sandra of Sandra Pink Videos. She sent this from Canada, right? I think my phone is gonna try to go to sleep. That's not good. All right, so she sent this, and let's open it up. Dan says a while back they had the Wizard of Oz figures from McDonald's. I have some of those. I have the Madame Alexander ones, and then Funko, who does Funko Pop, of course, actually put out some Wizard of Oz figures through McDonald's a few years ago as well. Yes, Theodore, some of the Barbies have real hair. Okay, maybe not real hair, not like human hair, but you know, like synthetic, but not not plastic, not a mold. Okay, from Quebec. Here we go. And she did kind of give me a heads up on this, but this is really cool. Maybe you guys can tell me who this villain is. Who knows? We're not to the guessing game yet, but I just want to see. What?
I have no idea.
Sir Jason, aka Sir Daniel, is stumped. Anybody know? I'm gonna have to bring out another character for a hint. You're gonna have to know on this one. Yes, Sandra, I'm glad your friends made it to my house too, but does anybody know who these characters are? They're super famous and super old. Come on now. Pink Panther isn't right. Good guess. But no. Natasha, yes, Natasha from Rocky and Bullwinkle, people, and this guy. Boris Bedenoff?
I have a confession.
Is that who it is?
I don't remember watching Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Like, if these two go together, I thought it was Natasha and Boris Bedenoff. Boris, yeah, spaceman. He confirms this. Okay, but that's not all.
Tammy, no, I am not. I have to work.
So she's from the show too. I don't know her name. You guys tell me. I remember her, but I don't remember. Spaceman says you need to watch Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah, I mean, I probably had seen some of it when I was a kid. I just don't remember.
Well, we've got it here on VHS.
Yeah.
So, all right, what's her name? Penelope Pitstop. I think he made that up. I honestly don't know her name. There's one more. Ah. So he's from the show too. And oh, this belonged to Boris. His little flag broke, but I can fix it back. Bang. What about this guy? He's like a mounted police or whatever you call it.
Mountie.
Dudley Do Right.
Yeah, Mounties.
Yes. Dudley Do Right. Okay, people. I probably should have remembered that one because I have in fact seen the show. Okay. So this is very cool. Thank you, Sandra. So she said that I can sell these. She was going to sell them, but she was having trouble selling them because I think she told me that they don't know this show in Canada. So nobody wants to buy Rocky and Bullwinkle stuff. So maybe here, if I put it up on the page, people would be more interested. So if you're interested in these, I will put them on the My Retro Nightmare sale page. And I want to thank Sandra very much for this because this is very thoughtful and fun. And I'm so glad that she did that. Very nice of her. Yeah. Okay, so we got a couple more. Then we want to, of course, get to our games. And I've got one here from Stacy, who I don't know if she's in the chat either. I have a lot of like friends and acquaintances on several toy groups online, and they know I'm doing this project, so they're sending some stuff in, but aren't necessarily on the stream. So if they are not here tonight, I'm gonna tell them to catch the replay so they can see. So I've got some cool stuff here. I've got a video, a VHS. Who remembers the Pound Puppies? How to Found a Pound. So this was like a little movie, I think, and it's 86 minutes. You guys remember VHS. Erin says she had a Pound Puppy. Sumner remembers. So this is pretty cool. A lot of people know I do still have VHS players in this house, and I use them to watch all this cool old stuff that you cannot find on DVD anymore. My daughter actually knew how to use a VCR at about 4, when most, some people who are like 20, I am the retro manic, and we like to go retro here. So we have, a regular DVD player, and we have Netflix and all that good stuff, but we do still like to take it old school and go back to VHS every once in a while. So this is really cool. The lovable, huggable Pound Puppies, and I have a collection of them as well, which maybe I will show one day. So we've also got a bag of goodies here. We've got one of these little claw thingies because I collect those to eclipse onto you. They had lots of different characters of these. I have about 10 of them hooked to a lampshade over there, so this will go with those actually. Except we're gonna take the lamps down because we need wall space. Mm-hmm. This used to be a bedroom, and there's like lamps attached to the wall, but we're totally going to take them out one of these days and make more wall space here.
Well, I'm going to treat you to some lighting though.
You're going to treat me to lighting?
Yeah, it'll be good for your video or something.
Well, that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah. And
sounds good to me.
And if you use your phone for your live streams, it might actually be, the lighting might be overkill, but we'll work it out.
As always, I appreciate Sir Daniel and all of his help. He helps me a lot.
I do.
Where would I be without you? Okay. Okay, not helpless. Give me some credit.
I'm being kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay. All right. So we've got these little ponies that Stacy sent, and these are not My Little Pony. You might want to guess that. They're actually generic ponies. They're still really cool. I think I had some of these when I was a kid. But just a quick note about generic or knockoff items. Daniel and I have been talking about this, how I think we mentioned it in another live stream, so we're not going to go way into it. But often the knockoffs are worth more than the original.
Yeah.
And they're rare, harder to find, and just have more of a price they're going for in the market.
Yeah. And if you learn toy history too, some of them have been, when they were making the knockoffs, they were so close they were sued for them. I know that was the case. Lucasfilm sued a lot of companies for making knockoff Star Wars figures back in the day.
Yeah.
Or Kenner, or whoever did it. Yeah, they took them to court. So
Spaceman says these are phony ponies. And yeah, I'm gonna show you another example of a crazy knockoff when we get to the game. But yeah, so be on the lookout for knockoff stuff if you're a toy collector and you like to look around for stuff like that. Oh, by the way, this VHS I wanted to say one more thing about Pound Puppies. They're actually made by Tonka. And most people, when they think of Tonka, they think of Tonka trucks. And like they made all those metal dump trucks and stuff like that everybody played with in the 80s and probably, I don't know if earlier, but
probably in the 70s.
Heyday in the 80s. But Tonka actually made Pound Puppies as well, which is kind of an interesting fact. Okay, so we got some other cool stuff in here. This is Kuromi. It's my favorite character from Sanrio, like Hello Kitty and Friends. She's like kind of like a little, I don't want to say evil, but she's like a naughty version of My Melody, which is another character. It's like her alter ego. I'm not going to get into that. I'm starting to sound like a huge nerd. but she knows I like that. It's a hair thingy. So that's pretty neat. There's a little bee in here. He says, "Be mine." How cute. And the final thing in here is some unicorn lights, which is kind of cool. They're kind of tangled up. I'm not going to untangle them now, but they're actually little pink unicorns. And I definitely have to keep these and string them up somewhere around my desk when I make a desk in here. Because everybody needs some pink unicorns that clip onto stuff. Everybody needs that in their life. So thank you, Stacy. This is awesome. And the last little, oh, I lied. I said that was the last thing, but it's actually not. There's something else. And these are vintage stickers. This little guy is called Moody. Has anyone ever seen these? Like, you remember when people had sticker books and they filled them, all the pages with stickers, shiny stickers and scratch and sniff stickers and character stickers and stuff like that. So there we go. We got this little guy named Moody. I actually don't remember him. Does anybody remember?
I don't remember.
But there's more. Look, he's not always sad. He's happy Moody. Everything's cool. Look at the ice cream. Yippee! And then we got another one. Uh-oh. Shield your eyes if you're sensitive. We have Sexy Moody. Oh, look at that sticker. I'm sexy. That is awesome. Does anybody remember this? It's 80s. I don't remember it. Okay, so thank you to Stacy for that. It's really cool to get a surprise package. Thank you. And we got one more. This one I bought. Okay, I bought this and I want to talk a little bit about what's inside, and then we'll get to this week's guessing game. So I probably need scissors for this. Hey, Jennifer P. I didn't get to say hi to you yet. Sharon, hi. I'm going to cut myself.
Please don't do that.
I have to go to the hospital. Be funny. Not really. Okay. Open! Sesame. Okay. So, got it open. And in this package, we have These are Mego action figures.
Oh, cool.
Trying to not do the glare here.
Oh, sweet.
So we got Freddy Krueger. And Pennywise.
And you purchased these, right?
Yeah, I bought these.
Oh, cool.
So let me tell you a little bit about these. Actually, I wrote some notes so I can tell you guys the correct years.
Well, you held on telling me of those.
Well,
that's cool.
I left them in the package for a while. I got these a long time ago.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
But I finally opened it. So these are Mego. You'll look at the word and it looks like, let's see, where is it on here? If you see the word, it's really small. You're not going to be able to see that. They usually just show like that, like M sign. But if you see the word Mego, it looks like Mego. M-E-G-O, Mego, but it's not. It's like Mego. Mego is how you say it, okay? So Mego was a toy company founded in, believe it or not, 1954. So they had been around for quite some time. In 1971 is when they became famous for selling these licensed dolls of celebrities, superheroes. They had a huge superhero line, and I told you some about that.
Yeah, and I had some when I was a kid.
And I bet I'm going to adjust that in a minute to some of these people who grew up in the 70s probably had some of these without knowing it was like Mego brand. Because they really had everything. Every superhero you can ever think of, they had a Mego doll for it. Celebrities from TV shows, from movies, and they also obviously they had horror icons on there as well. Now, some kind of cool things about Mego is, well, this part isn't cool, but they ceased operations in 1983. They went bankrupt, and you didn't hear anything from Mego for a really long time, all the way until 2018. In 2018, Mego came back, and they launched these action figures. They're 8-inch action figures. They came back, and you could find them in Target and probably some other places too. They weren't in Walmart, but they were in Target. I think some other places had them, but mainly Target was where you could find these. And I think they still have them. I don't know if it's going as big as it was in 2018, but these are all over, Amazon now and eBay. All these new release ones have come back out. If you grew up in the 70s, you may have had one of these figures. So think back in your brain if you had like a Superman and he had clothes, kind of, it's not a doll, it's an action figure, but it's kind of like a doll in that the clothes were removable. On these, it wasn't that, it's not that, you can obviously tell from this, it's not plastic mold stuff. They actually have, clothes on that can be taken off like a doll. So you may have had one without even knowing, but I did want to give a shout out. I got these off the Mike's Dead Formats Facebook group, which is an awesome group about retro things. And they do sales on there as well. And I got these from the group leader, from Mike himself. He is what I would call a Mego expert, and he's actually helped me to sell Mego in the past. I had a Thor. I found a Thor just in a thrift shop around here, and he had like his boots and not much else. And Mike actually had clothes for Thor. So he mailed them to me just free of charge. He just mailed them to me and said, hey, put these on your Thor and then you can sell it better because he has clothes on. So I want to thank Mike for that. That was very helpful. And He's just an awesome guy. I'll try to put up a link to that group later. I'll probably, I can link to it from my Retro Nightmare or from the Retro Manic Facebook pages. So if you want to visit there, you can do that. Also, Mike, I believe he's done some, like, created some pretty cool, like, Mego t-shirts and stuff like that. And he's a proud ambassador for the Mego Corporation. So I got these. Did any, I haven't been looking at the chat that much, but did any of you have a Mego action figure maybe growing up? Daniel thinks he might have. What was the character?
I know I had the Robin.
Robin from Batman.
Yeah. And probably had Superman as well. I don't remember having the Batman, even though I'm a huge Batman fan. But
hey, Becky.
But you know how that is. You go to the store, you want a particular action figure, and you can never find it. You know, so, but I do remember having the Robin, and I remember the rubber boots that came off, the shoes that came off his feet, which were really cool.
So the older ones are pretty rare now, but if you do come across those, you should, like, out in the wild and you should the old ones, everything are worth quite a bit. But actually, I want to add this. If you just find parts, like I found a Hulk.
Yeah.
And he's a part, like he's missing.
We had the Hulk. I remember that. Yeah.
Well, he's here. He's in that corner somewhere, buried.
And Spider-Man. Had Spider-Man.
Okay, well, I have
Sorry.
That's okay. I have a Hulk, but he's missing, like, his, whatever you call it, like, string inside, so he can be flexible and all that stuff. Well, some people, they buy those parts and they know how to, like, put that. I don't know how to do that, but they know how to put those back together.
Yeah, the rubber band string.
Yes, rubber bands. So they're looking for those parts. So even if you have, like, a Mego head, you can sell that, I swear, $30. Okay? So you might want to look up Mego on eBay if you're interested in this, and you'll see the whole figures maybe going for a lot. In some cases, not all of them. It's certain ones and certain lines and certain years and stuff like that. But you might also be scrolling through and you'll just see a leg, like Batman's leg or whatever. But you can sell stuff that way. So eventually I'm going to be selling the Hulk that I have, who's all apart, but somebody's going to get that and string it back together. I also have a Bewitched, and I didn't really watch that show, but I have the I guess the witch lady that does the thing with her nose. I have her somewhere in here too, and I might have more, but anyway. So that is Mego. Yes, Spaceman Dudley, pieces of toys can go for a lot. Jake is here too. Hello, Jake. I think I said hi to him earlier, but hello again. Tammy has the Oz 8-inch and 14-inch. You're talking about Mego Oz? Because that is very cool. She has some Mego Oz. So definitely, if you're not that familiar with these and you come across something, make sure to turn it over, check behind the neck a lot of times, or I'm not exactly sure where it is on Mego. I haven't looked at that too closely, but I know there's like markings. And if you see Mego and stuff, you should pick it up if it's vintage. You know, the 2018 stuff is kind of just for collecting and just because it's cool. But if you find that old Mego stuff, I cannot stress enough, definitely try to pick that up. Okay, so that was very cool. Thanks again, you guys, for a mail call. That was fun to do and something different for this week. All right, so we've got a game that has become popular. It was just kind of going to be a one-time thing, but everybody liked it so much. There was something else in the package. Let me show you this really quick. This is Mike's Dead Formats, and his motto is "Be a Kid Again." I love that. That's a great motto. Be a kid again. That is definitely what I like to do. Just look at this room. I'm not sure I ever left childhood. And he added some fun stuff in here that I did not order. He just gave me these Inspector Gadget cards. Inspector Gadget and some cool Burger King like monsters cards. Like there's a werewolf. It's hard to see because there we go. Check out the werewolf.
It's not even just a werewolf, it's Wolfman.
Wolfman.
Yeah. That's cool.
And
the Mummy, yeah, that's Universal Horror, isn't it? Can I?
Yes, because they had other stuff that I have like out there somewhere.
Yeah, Universal Monsters, yeah.
Universal Monsters cards from Burger King. Wolfman. Yes, I've been so corrected because he's like a monster guy. But anyway, that was cool. Thank you to Mike. He does sometimes come. I don't know if he comes to streams, but he is definitely around the Retromantic page and commenting and liking stuff there. So I definitely thank him for this. It's very cool. All right, I swear we're going to get to the game. So again, we had a game and it was going to just be a one-time thing, but people really liked it. So we kept it on and I've just kind of changed themes with it. And Carmen says, nice toys. Thank you, Carmen. They are nice toys. Maybe Ellen will take a video of our collection and show you. I would like to do that. That is on tentatively my plans, but I'd like to nail that down in the next few days. So I will definitely, and Tammy, I know I told you I would email you back and I still haven't because I'm a horrible person with email. But I will email you back, and we will also talk about me possibly coming there to film the collection and give you your retro toy bag, which will include some Wizard of Oz that you probably already have. But we'll see. There's a chance. I mean, there was a lot of it. Okay, so we are gonna kind of go by the decade tonight. I know last week I was saying 80s and 90s, but we're going to get more specific with decades, and we are going to go way farther back than the 80s tonight. Again, I'm going to be asking some different kind of questions like, where did this come from, or what is it used for? I did have a request for older items in this game. And so while I predominantly have things from the 80s and 90s, I did rummage around to find some older things for tonight. So we're going to see how far back people can remember. Some of these things are kind of a stretch. I don't have a lot of older stuff, but just bear with me on here and we'll see what you guys remember. And I'm going to have to be a little more creative with my questions this week. Also, the box is right here. So guess what? Nobody can see items ahead of time. Apparently, I was pulling out items and people could see them before I really talked about them. So they were kind of getting a jump on it. They were cheating. No, I'm just kidding. But viewer suggestion, Becky actually, who said just put it under the screen. So then I can just pull the items up. So I'm ready to do that. Tammy says she sent some pics today. Very cool. Well, I will check that out. Okay, Rob is ready. He's got his hand on the buzzer. So the way this game works is I ask a question. Sometimes they have two parts. Sometimes they don't. If they have two parts, you need to answer both parts. So if you just say one part and then someone comes under you and says two parts, then they get it because they said both. Okay, so it's the first person to give me an answer. And if you do it correct, if you answer correctly, your name goes into a drawing. And then at the end of the night, I pick somebody out and I make them a retro prize bag. And I will send it to them, bring it to them, however that works. If you win again, if you already have one, that would be really lucky, but I'll just make your bag bigger. I will add to it. You would be one lucky duck in that case. But okay, so again, we have to say this every week, but we have our chats going at different speeds from you, like, and different speeds from each other too. So we're looking at two chats here, and we see different things than you might see. So if we call out a name, it may not be in the same order that you're seeing it. We can get you guys help, but ultimately we're just gonna go with what we see. So just try to keep it simple. Okay, so let's start in kind of chronological order. So that would mean we are going to go ahead and start with the 80s. And not everything has a show associated with it, but some still does. And the first one does have a show associated with it. So I want the name of the characters, and it's the same as the name of the show. So let's see this. This is like a puzzle that flips around. Have you seen these guys, and what are they called? They are from the 90s, earlier 90s.
No clue.
They're pretty weird.
That might be too old for that.
So let's see. Well, yeah, I mean, this is out in the early 90s. Weren't you like in college or something?
In the early 90s, I was in high school.
Let's see the
Banana 1 and Banana
funny
2 from
guesses.
Banana in Pajamas.
Yes, Bananas in Pajamas is correct. These guys are Bananas in Pajamas, Banana 1 and Banana 2. I did not know that.
Several people got them, but even before Saunders said so.
Okay, go back and tell me.
It looks like Rob and Sumner said it first on my screen.
Okay, we have Rob and Sumner first for this. We have some creative guesses. I see Scott Hawkins, and I want to say hi to you. Scott Hawkins is a very old friend from high school, and it's really cool to see you on here. So hello, and thank you for joining us. It's awesome to see your name popping up there. So yes, Bananas in Pajamas. Who got it? Sumner? Sumner, right?
Sumner, yeah.
Okay, so how this works. Sumner got it. I write Sumner's name down. And she's going to go into this boombox bag, this rockin' boombox bag. There we go. All right, let's keep going. See what else I have from the 90s. Now, this character is actually way older than the 90s, but the little toy came out in the 90s. Like, it's a not Happy Meal. I think it's from Arby's, like a kid's meal toy. So tell me the name of the character that is also the name of the show that is in this little car. Now, he's quite old. Started out as books many years ago. Much love back to you, Scott. We go way back. Back to the punk rock days.
Buzz Dumbo?
No, but
somebody says Babar.
Babar is correct.
Jennifer P seems to have gotten
Jennifer P, and then Sharon was quickly after her.
Yes.
So good job, both of you, but we see Jennifer first. It is Babar. The elephant.
In fact, like, there were 4 comments, I think, that came in, like, almost right together, and it's just the way it's staggered.
I see Jennifer here.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we got Jennifer.
I know that name now, but I don't remember the character.
Babar,
Yeah.
king of the jungle, or
Yeah,
something.
actually, Spaceman Dully is the first one to actually say
King.
king.
Yes, he was a king. All right, let me see. Okay, this is the next one. I gotta cover it up. I'm looking for the name of the designer, and this started in the 80s. It was really big in the 80s, but also really big in the 90s, and then had a resurgence lately. Like, it's something that you can even find in like cheapy places like Dollar General will carry.
I got to answer Scott for you. She talks about the ska band a lot, by the way.
Well, I had several ska bands.
Well,
It wasn't like
Yeah,
just
but
one.
she does talk.
Yes, remember the ska band we were in that practiced in your garage? It was awesome. Yes, I do remember that. Your drummer days. Do you still play? That would be interesting to know. But yes, we were in a band together, and then he was in another band that got kind of big locally that my boyfriend was also in. So, and that was like a punk band. So I was always going to the shows and hanging out at the punk rock like club and stuff. Anyway, that was a long time ago. Okay. A distiller. I'm not looking for what the pictures are. If you don't know what ska is, you'll just look it up. It's like combination of like reggae and punk mixed together. It was originated a long time ago, but had a resurgence in the 90s. Just, we're not a music live stream, but ska, SKA, if you want to look up that type of music, feel free. It was fun. Again, okay, this is a designer, and I'm showing it. Oh my god. I'm not looking for what the animals are or what the animals' names are or whatever. You can be creative and come up with some names, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the name of the designer. Here we go. Gotta make sure I'm covering it. Okay, brightly colored rainbows, and
Back it up from the screen.
I have it curved like that because the name is on it. And I don't want to give it away. But these were on binders. They were on pencils, erasers, pencil boxes, clothes, bed sheets, anything you can think of. Clipboards, school, all kinds of school supplies. This is a designer that is still around today. Little girls were crazy for this.
Jennifer P. Oh, no. Adventures with
Lisa Frank.
Yeah.
Lisa Frank is correct.
And Jennifer was technically in the same minute of answers, but it just Ventures got it out.
Okay, Becky. Becky got it. That's Lisa Frank. So much Lisa Frank stuff. Like, for example, here's a current calendar for 2020, and it is Lisa Frank. So you can still find that today. And you may have had it when you were a kid as well. Well, the girls anyway. But maybe some guys had it too. So that was... Okay. I think we are done with the 90s. Except I will just add this in because this was 80s, 90s, and maybe still today that is something I have a question about. But for this next item, it'll be clear what it is, or what it looks like at least. But I wanted to see if anyone remembers. I'm going to give away some of it, okay? I want to know what you ordered that came in these. So let me just show you, okay? Obviously, they're little plastic baseball hats, okay? We know that. But in the 80s and 90s, at least what I remember, you could go to a baseball game And what came in here?
Scott got it.
Scott, ice cream.
Justin was right after it, like split second.
Yes, you are right. So it was like that soft serve, like vanilla and chocolate swirl or whatever you wanted would come in here. And I thought this was awesome. And I'm from Richmond, Virginia. And we used to go to the Richmond Braves, like the farm team for Atlanta. And it's not that anymore. They're called something else. But I have so many memories of going to the games, the Richmond Braves, and getting these and getting ice cream, and then I would save them. And these weren't mine. I don't know what happened to mine. These are just ones I came across. But I had a huge collection, like maybe 15 of them that I would keep on my shelf. And they had all different like teams. It didn't matter like what you would get, all different teams, not just like Atlanta Braves or Richmond or whatever. So Sandra's from Richmond, Quebec. So different Richmond. But yes. So does anybody else remember these? And tell me.
Ephod does.
Aaron does. Does anybody know if they still do this at baseball games? Because I haven't been to a baseball game in a really, really long time.
Okay, Rob Classic is saying you can go to ballpark and get a full-size hat with nachos in them.
Okay.
That sounds. I think I might remember that too.
I actually don't remember that, but that's pretty cool. But this for this one is correct with ice cream because I don't know how scale you can see, but this is small. So it was a perfect size for ice cream. But nachos in a plastic hat sounds pretty cool too. Sumner is also from Richmond, and Scott. And Sumner had a Richmond Braves helmet that had fries in it, and she used to have an ice cream one too. So yeah. So yeah, these are pretty cool. It's good to know they're still around in some form, at least. All right, so we're going back into the 80s now, a little farther back. And I want to know what this guy's name is. Don't jump the gun and say what pops into your head first. Be tricky. It's a tricky one, so be careful. Who is this?
I have no clue.
Heathcliff. Yes, Scott.
Oh, yes, very good. Yeah, now I remember.
Heathcliff, no one should terrify your neighborhood. It was a cartoon, like Saturday morning. It was also a comic strip in the paper, and they had books. But I was waiting for someone to say Garfield. Tammy said Garfield. This is not Garfield. This is Garfield. Okay, so there's differences here. Garfield, also comic strip, also had a show. You know, also an orange cat. I can see how you can confuse them. But this is Garfield. And this is Heathcliff. You may have watched him on a Saturday morning cartoon in the 80s. Justin likes Heathcliff, but for some reason it didn't look like him for me. Well, and his alter ego, Riff Raff. I think I remember that too. Here, check out the back. He's got a fish in his pocket, and the pocket says Heathcliff as well. So, Knickerbocker, toys that love you back is what that says. I can't see it very well. 1981. So that's really early 80s on this one. Okay, Scott got that one. Okay, let's see. So we're still in the 80s for a minute here. Alrighty. I would like to know if anybody knows who these little guys are. I don't think they were associated with a show or anything like that, but in the 80s, people were collecting these and kids were playing with them, and there was about 1 trillion different versions. I don't think I can get it very close without it going blurry, but they're like wrestlers and monsters and muscle men. Yep. They're tiny.
God got it again.
Muscle men.
Please don't mind.
Yep. Yeah, I see muscle men from Scott. And Aaron got it a little bit after that, but I do see Scott first. Scott is on the ball. You guys need to pick up you need to up your game.
Yeah.
So you can beat Scott, because he's like doing really well. Scott again. Or Muscleman. Who had Muscleman? Any of you have Muscleman? I actually had Muscleman, but none that were actually bought for me. Funny story, my dad went to the dump and you know, people sometimes set stuff out and they don't throw it in just to see if somebody else will take it. Well, there was a cooler of toys and it had tons of Musclemen in it, and it had like Bendy California Raisin, like ones that were bigger, and it had a bunch of other stuff I can't remember. And yes, for sure, my dad whipped that up and brought it home to me when I was a kid, and we probably didn't even clean or disinfect it because it was the 80s and we were just like, toys, woo. But I was thrilled. So I had all these Musclemen, and all the little boys in the neighborhood were really jealous. They were like, Ellen has so many Musclemen. Oh my gosh. We gotta like go play with her. So yes, dump toys. Let's hear it for dump toys. Did anybody else have Musclemen? Pocket monsters. I have one of those, maybe right here. I'm gone. And now I'm back. Here's a pocket monster. They were similar in size. They feel a little different. They're kind of like more rubbery and flexible, and the Musclemen are really like, they're more firm. So
Dad left me at the dump.
no. So yeah, that's a pocket monster. And some of these, I'm not sure about Musclemen, but I know that some of the pocket monsters are going for pretty good prices on eBay. So it was Jake had pocket monsters. That's pretty cool. Toys everywhere, even outside of that room. The room we're in, I should say. Okay, I believe I have one more for the 80s. And then we're going to go back farther. So this next little interesting looking character, I would like to know, I'm not going to give away too much, what he goes with or what he's the mascot for. It's still around today, but this is from the 80s.
That's kind of look familiar.
Nerds. Who said nerds first?
Ah, yep.
Justin, is it Justin?
Hold on. I think so.
Becky got it too.
Yeah,
Aaron.
It's Justin.
Justin says he had a purple one. So yeah, so this was Nerds. And the little, I don't know if he had a name, but the little funny little creature that went with Nerds. And you can see the bottom had the Nerds in it, obviously. So, you know, you can still pick up stuff similar to this today, but I remember in the 80s there was a lot of containers like this that had the candy in it, and then afterwards you got to keep the container because it was cool. But Nerds is correct. E.T. Not E.T.
What?
No, but Nerds. So Justin got that right.
Yeah, Justin.
I gotta make sure I keep it straight. Justin is in. Okay, let's travel farther back. Let's go to the 70s. Are you guys ready? Here we go. Here we go. Justin says, my son loves Nerds. I was just telling him about those containers the other day. Good to know. Maybe you'll find that in your retro project. Time will tell. Okay. All right. So let's move on. This next one is going to be hard. I've never even heard of it. I don't know how to do this without showing the name. Okay, this is going to be super hard because I don't think it actually had a show associated with it, but it was a for children's, and they had books and paper dolls and coloring books and things like that as well. We will just, I don't think anyone's going to get this. I really don't. If you do get this, I mean, you're going to get 2 entries into it. Okay, so I'm trying to cover it, but does anyone recognize, I almost gave a little bit of it away. Does anyone recognize these characters from the 70s? This is super hard. Any of your commonplace guesses and things that pop into your head are probably going to be wrong, but we'll take some guesses.
But clearly, a certain character is based on a very popular other certain character.
Yeah, the robot has Princess Leia hair. That's what he's saying.
I think you really stumped people on that one. Somebody says She-Ra.
Nope, that's 80s, and that's a good guess, but it's not.
It's not Buck Rogers.
Mm-mm.
I wish it was Buck Rogers. Buck Rogers is cool.
It's really hard.
It is. Yeah, because you did this. You tested me the other day when you were showing them to me.
All right. I'm gonna give it up. This is Star Princess and Pluto. Beats me. But apparently, this was a children's book series. See, She-Ra would not be correct because She-Ra was a television show as well. And this, I don't believe this was on TV. So, yeah, sorry guys. I know that one was super hard because I'm not heard of it either. Star Princess and Pluto. And this book is entitled Collision Course. So, Becky was going to say Princess something. Star Princess from the 70s. Okay, stumped you guys on that one and stumped myself too. I saw some of them on eBay going for like decent prices. So mine unfortunately has a scribble on the front, so that kind of brings down the value. But oh well, maybe I will just keep it. Okay, the 70s, the 70s, the 70s, the 70s. I need something else to cover this with. Okay, for this next one, I'm gonna have you, I'm gonna tell you what it is, but I can't hold it up yet. It's a calendar from McDonald Land, like with the old like Hamburglar and Grimace and all that stuff. It's a calendar, and I want you to just guess the year. Ronald McDonald is putting up the last digit on the year. So we see here that it is 1970, and I'm just going to let you guys guess what year is this calendar from. First year correct gets into the prize drawing. 1970 what?
Okay, I'm seeing 79, 76, 72, 77, 74.
All of them are wrong so far. 78. Who said?
No, Adventures of Dex said it first.
1978 is correct on that, and you can see it's a playtime coloring calendar. It was something that they gave away in the 70s. And, you know, you could color the different months. I keep holding up the same one. We got all the characters there. So, yes, 1978. And I think, oh, it had on the bottom of all these that are like torn off, there were coupons for McDonald's stuff. So, anyway, that was Becky with a guess of 1978. All right, moving right along. We are still in the 70s right now. I've got some more that are going to stump you guys. Sorry, but the stuff I got from the 70s is pretty obscure. Except for one. There's one I think y'all will get. Here goes another one that's next to impossible. But this is like a little doll, but it was actually a little spokesperson or like icon or character or whatever you want to call it for a company. Okay, it's not a show. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not Raggedy Ann. So this was a mascot, I guess, for a very common company that is still around today, I believe. The product that they produced, I will give away in a second. Coleco is not right. Betty Booger is not right, but I like the creativity. For the Red Cross is kind of a good guess because this does have she does have a name. So I've been kind of confusing on this, but if somebody could come up with either the name or the company, either one would work. It's super hard. Again, I don't expect anyone to get it. The Evil Clown is not correct. Any other guesses for this one? Okay. This is Patient Pat from the 70s, and she was for Kimberly Clark. So that they make toilet paper and a bunch of, they make other paper products and stuff too. But this was like a little toy that they were giving away. It probably has more of a story with it, why it's Patient Pat. Maybe it's like to comfort kids or something. Somebody mentioned Red Cross and shots and stuff like that. And it does kind of look like it goes along with that, being a patient. But it was for the Kimberly Clark. Yes, they made tissues too. So I know it's another super hard one, but we're trying to branch out into other decades. I've got just so much for 80s and 90s. We're trying to think out of the box a little bit. But here we got Patient Pat. So hard. Let me give you an easier one for the 70s. I'm sorry about the condition of this guy. He is missing his arms. But I still think even armless, you'll be able to recognize who it is. And this was a show, and it was a line of toys that was really popular in the 70s. And a lot of kids had this and were a lot of times destructive with it. But I've said enough. Give me the name of this character without arms. No arms. He lost his arms in a motorcycle accident. That should give you a clue. Clue. Sandra says Kimberly Clark also made toys, and I really hadn't thought about that, but that is good to know. I'll have to look that up. Okay, come on. This is a very popular. I know he looks weird, but
Evel Knievel.
okay, who said it first? Evel Knievel.
Yeah, somebody misspelled it first, but I know they. Epoch, kind of, but really got it spelled wrong. But Julie got it spelled right.
Evel Knievel. Let me see what we have here.
Pretty much she got it spelled.
Evel Knievel.
I think. Yeah.
What do you think? I'm gonna let you be the winner.
If it was up to me, and if you wanted it to be at least phonetically right, it would be Julie.
Okay.
And then if you wanted it spelled right, I think it's Spaceman Dudley is the first one to get it.
You pick. It's too many variations. We're gonna let Sir Daniel.
Give it to Julie.
Sir Daniel says give it to Julie. We're gonna go with that tonight. Or Sir Jason. We haven't checked in with you in a while.
I'm here. You hear my voice.
Are we gonna get to see your mask again?
You want the mask?
Yeah. I mean, it's Saturday the 13th. It's Jason Voorhees' birthday. So, Sir Jason has awarded the prize entry to Julie. I know, that's pretty disturbing, but apparently we're celebrating Jason Voorhees' birthday today. Saturday the 13th. Show your shirt. It's Saturday the 13th. Okay. Farewell. All right.
No love for me.
All right. Julie says, thank you, Sir Daniel. Sir Jason.
Happy birthday, Jason.
Okay. All right, let's see what else. I'm sorry, the 70s is hard. There's actually going to be some easier stuff, like in earlier decades. Okay, I've got another one that when I put it up here, you're going to want to say, I can almost guarantee there's two things you're going to want to say for this one. And it's going to be really hard not to say these two items or these two characters, but I'm going to try to help you out. Let me just show you. Okay. This girl has a name. It's not Holly Hobby. No. It's not Holly Hobby from the 70s. And it's not Precious Moments. Okay? Not. Does anybody know the name of this? This is really hard too. I know. She is similar to Holly Hobby because she, like, children were featured on all the items, like cards, greeting cards, dolls, plates, books, other decor. This is actually older than Holly Hobby. This is 70s. It was big in the 70s, but it actually started in 1968. So I kind of moved into the 60s. But yes, it's not Strawberry Shortcake. It's not Creepy Face. It's not Precious Moments. I said no Precious Moments. That's a good guess, though, because it has a similar face to those. She is adorable, Julie. I think so, too. I don't think she's creepy, but I like dolls. I know people are creeped out by dolls, but I'm not. Although last year when I was in the haunted attraction, I was a creepy doll, and I had a lot of creepy dolls around me, and people were pretty freaked out. Yeah. I used things from my own collection in the haunted attraction, and I can see why people were frightened, but I am not frightened. It is not Cinderella. Scott, it's not creepy, it's cute. Come on now, show some love. Nobody's gonna get this.
No.
Okay.
I don't remember. I don't even know if you showed me that one.
Yeah. I see Kevin. Kevin, the custodian ghost hunter. Hey, Kevin. Alrighty. This is Betsy Clark. Betsy Clark dolls, or Betsy Clark. Betsy Clark is actually the name of the designer, but this girl character is also called Betsy Clark. And again, this started in 1968. She featured dolls, or children, I should say, just everyday things like Holly Hobby and Precious Moments. But this is Betsy Clark. And I actually kind of read up on her because I'm a nerd like that. And she said that she kept drawing these children that look like this in art class, and she always got a really bad grade, and they were like, her teachers were like, your art isn't good. Some people might agree with that, but they didn't like her style that she made. But guess who bought her stuff? Hallmark. Okay, so she got, she was pretty successful through drawing these creepy little children or whatever. So that's Betsy Clark, 1968. Okay, Erin says she's heard of Betsy Clark. Yeah, I mean, you can Google it and all the pictures will come up of the different, it wasn't just her, it was like boys too, like, again, like Precious Moments, but it's not that. Betsy Clark! You guys are learning stuff in the stream, I'm sure. And that is a lot of the point of my retro nightmare.
$18 on eBay.
$18 on eBay. Who looked that up? Spaceman Dudley. He's on the ball. Spaceman Dudley, I may get you to look a couple other things up for me if you don't mind, because there's a couple things coming later that I forgot to look up. So we may have Spaceman help tonight.
Say hello to CF.
CF is here. Hey, how's it going? I am doing good. How are you, CF? And I'm glad to see you here. We're doing the retro toy guessing game, and there are retro prizes involved. So let's keep on going. We are moving into the 60s. Again, we're going away from the 80s and 90s. I'm out of my comfort zone, you guys. I had to look so much stuff up. But, and I had to hunt, and rummage for this older stuff. And it was hard to come by, but I did good enough. Okay, let's see if I have anything else. For the next stuff, I'm kind of going to blend together 60s and 50s, because I'm not sure exactly if someone's early 60s or late 50s. Let's just say that we're going into the 50s and 60s for the next stuff, because I don't have a lot of dates exactly for this, for some of the stuff coming up. I'm going to show a stuffed animal next. It's a character that you guys should be able to guess this, because a lot of us grew up hearing these stories, and recently, within the past few years, this character came back for a theater release, giant movie on it. So I'm going to show you the character, and I want to know his name. It's two names, two 2 parts to the name, so you got to get both parts, okay? He's got his little jacket on. That should be a hint. And his Scottish bonnet here.
His tam o'shanter.
Yes, we're getting some Scottish information from the museum curator here. Okay.
I forgot. You told me who it was, and I totally forgot.
A lot of us grew up being read, if you read, or if your family read or whatever to you.
Oh, somebody got it, I'm pretty sure. Did Rob get it right? Peter Rabbit?
I thought it was Peter Rabbit or Peter Cottontail, but like.
Oh, Peter Cottontail. So it's Justin. That's right.
Yeah, but hold the boat, because Aaron said Benjamin Bunny, which is another character from that series,
and
it could be him.
Okay.
So we need somebody
Google.
Yeah, somebody Google. I thought it was Peter Rabbit, but maybe Benjamin Bunny has this kind of hat. So somebody Google that, and we will.
Too many rabbits named Peter.
We will find out who the which one this actually is, because if it's Benjamin Bunny, then I didn't go far enough with my research. But that could be right, because Beatrix Potter was the author of that, and she had a bunch of characters, not just bunnies. There were squirrels and chipmunks and cats, all kinds of different stuff. The tag doesn't say the name of it. It just says the maker.
Rabbit's cousin Joe, according to CF.
Eden is the maker. Joe, I don't remember any Joe from Beatrix Potter. I don't think that's right. Is it Benjamin Bunny? Somebody look it up. Because I'm going to move on, but then who was it between? Because somebody said Peter Cottontail.
Yeah, hold on.
Benjamin Bunny is correct. Spaceman says Benjamin Bunny. He's been on the ball with, so that was Aaron, actually. Peter Rabbit was an excellent guess, because that's actually what I thought. But today, Aaron has told me differently. This is Benjamin Bunny. So, way to go, Aaron. I think that is really cool. She's going to get 2 entries into the prize drawing for her excellent knowledge that was even greater than the Retromantics tonight. So, kudos. So, 2 entries for Aaron. So we'll make that a new rule. If you tell me that I'm wrong and I am wrong, then you're gonna get 2 entries. So that is good job. All right, let's keep going. We got a few more in here. All right, I'm gonna do a pop quiz. This is a pop quiz. If you've been in the live streams before, I have already told you what this is. It just so happens that I found a different character. It's not the same animal as before, but this is a pop quiz. Tell me what line this is from. There's a name for the line of toys. This is 50s and 60s and 70s too, actually. Don't give me some bull name or tell me it's a bull. I want to know what line of toys this is from. I told you 2 live streams ago, I think. Anybody remember the toy line name? He looks angry. Pretty angry guy. Anyone? It's a pop quiz. Trying to see if anybody has a good memory from a few live streams ago. Tex Avery toy. I am not sure what that is, but that is not what I'm going for or what is on the tag. I'm actually not familiar with that. Anybody? Quiz. Oh no, they're stumped. Even though we had a discussion about it. Okay, get some sleep, Becky. Thanks for dropping in. Warner Brothers, nope. Tex Avery was huge in old animation. I'll have to look that up. Okay, no more time. This is a dream pet. Dream pets. Do you remember I showed you? I don't know where it is now, but I had a cow. It was like this bright purple, look funky cow, and everybody had all these names they were coming up with for it. And I said, this is from Dream Pets, 50s and 60s Dream Pets. It's probably going to be hard to see the tag. It's not really, there you go, Dream Pets. See there? Started maybe late 50s and went through the 60s and the 70s. They did Christmas stuff too, like Rudolph. Theodore was sick that day. He was absent. Yeah, you guys, Dream Pets. I'm gonna get you again on that, and I'm gonna ask that again, and next time somebody will get it. Dream Pets. Sir Daniel.
Dream Pets.
Dream Pets.
I'll try to remember, but I got a full hard drive.
All right, we got a few more, and then we'll like move on. I've got a whole baggie of little tiny goodies, and you're gonna tell me what these came from. It's gonna be hard to show. I'm not sure if I can do this with the camera angle. This is hard to do. I'll hold up some individually. What are these from? Ah! They're falling everywhere. They are, hi Patricia, they are charms, but what are they from? And they're not all charms. Well, most of them are charms, but like this is not a charm, and this is also one of these things I'm looking for. What are they from? This goes way, way back. I think I have some information for you guys about this too. So the thing that these go with is from all the way back in 1896. How's that for old? 1896. Wow.
I remember that time.
You do. Look at the teeth. Look at the little choppers. They look like dentures. Okay, these are not from 1896, but the product that they're associated with started in 1896. Come on, you guys. This stuff's still around today. You opened up your box, I'm giving you hints, and you found a little something inside. Not cereal. Come on, you guys. This one, do you know? Yeah, Sir Daniel knows. Come on. Cracker Jacks! Somebody said it, Cracker Jacks. Patricia, yes, they're the toys from the Cracker Jack boxes. I know you guys remember those. Yes, Cracker Jacks. Cracker Jacks. That is correct. And just a couple of facts about Cracker Jacks. 1896, when they started. 1912. 1912 was when humming the Jeopardy theme.
Yes, I was cracking up over.
1912 is when these toys first started being put in the boxes. In 1914, they started making them baseball related, like little baseball cards. And there actually was some in here. They are not that old, but it's a baseball bat.
Say hello to the American Explorer.
American Explorer is here. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, so that's Cracker Jack. Something that I had to look up that I didn't know, and I think it's kind of sad, but they stopped putting the toys in 2016. So that's sad. Now they say, but wait, instead we've replaced it with a QR code to download a baseball themed game. I don't know.
Yeah.
Might be cool, but I still, being the rich romantic, I'm going to stick with the toys. I think it was better to get a little toy in there, something you could collect. So speaking, we sometimes talk about prices of things, or we often do. Some of the older ones, these little rinky-dink charms that you wouldn't think anything about, some of the very first ones can be worth, wait for it, $7,000 each for those little charms. Can you believe that? And if you have a set of early baseball cards that came like the first year, like 1914, a set can be worth $125,000. That's what it went for at auction.
Fantastic.
That is crazy. So you're probably not going to come across stuff that old, or people know what they've got because they're going through auctions and stuff. But some old Cracker Jack stuff in your house or your family's house or wherever, you're going to want to not throw that out. You're going to want to hold on to that or sell that, because those are some crazy prices. But yes, that is Cracker Jack. Okay, just a couple more and we'll end this game. And who got Cracker Jack?
Oh, I have to scroll back.
Was it Patricia?
Justin may have been the first. Oh, it was Patricia.
That's okay. That's
Patricia.
all right. I'm gonna give you an easy one. We did kind of talk about this earlier tonight. So first one to get this. This is older. You know, that I think this was 60s when it came out. So go ahead and tell me who this is. This is a Bendy Toy. We didn't see him earlier, but we saw some of his friends.
Mm-hmm.
So what is his name?
That's who I remember from that, by the way.
He's a flying squirrel. What is my name?
Several people have.
Who said it first?
I think CF said it first.
CF
Rocky.
said Rocky. That is correct. Rocky.
No, Adrian. Big kids always make it wrong, Rocky. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a different Rocky. This is Bullwinkle's sidekick. Bullwinkle was the moose, right? Yeah, moose. And his flying squirrel friend. So yes, that was CF. He got it. And his name goes in the drawing. Okay. A troll. Sandra said a troll. She knows that's not the answer. She knows who they are. Okay. I'm going to give you another easy one. And these have been around for quite a long time, but these are some older ones, and you can just tell me. This should be really easy, but I want to throw some easy ones in because I had some really hard ones that no one could get. What are these called? Old toy. Look through the hole. Spelling might be difficult on this one, but you need to get that word for what these toys are.
Somebody got it already.
Kaleidoscope, yes. You may have had one as a child. I think
they might have spelled it right too.
Kaleidoscope.
Very close.
And it looks like it's spelled correctly too, so good job to Justin for kaleidoscopes.
Oh,
Oh, this one says Haley's Comet kaleidoscope. It was actually on there. So this side says it comes only once in a lifetime. So yeah, they've been making those for a long time and still make some variations of them, I'm sure. Okay, trying to move a little faster here. All right. I'm gonna ask you guys. Okay, this is not a toy, okay? But I'm still gonna do it because it's for young people, babies, and it's got like little characters. I've actually seen like Flintstones ones and different characters. These are just plain old ducks, but, and I think that you guys are all gonna know this. Like if we had young people in here, like 20-year-olds, they probably would not know this, but I'm gonna ask you what these were used for. Considered very, I mean, some people still use, I guess, a variation of this, probably don't use pins, but yes. Who said it first? Spaceman. These are diaper pins. When they use cloth diapers for the babies, and they would fasten them with those. So I knew you guys would know. Yes, they are safety pins, but they're actually for diapers. And the funny thing is, Scott, getting back to earlier when we were talking about punk rock days, it used to be fashionable to pin safety pins to yourself. And I actually had some of these that were diaper pins, and I pinned them to my pants. I know that sounds ridiculous, but we thought it was cool. And I had Dino from Flintstones, and I had like this blue bear, and we actually stuck them on our clothes and walked around like that. I don't know, it was the 90s. But yeah, diaper pins is correct. Or well, my friends that were guys mostly put patches all over their pants, and they would put them on with these as well, like band patches and stuff like that. But we're kind of getting off topic. Diaper pins was correct. And the first one who got that, I forget again. Spaceman. I have such a short memory.
Yeah, we both do.
Well,
I just happen to remember that.
Okay. We have, I'm gonna do, this is easy. These are still around today. Just tell me what this is. Very old-fashioned toy. I'm not good at it. I can't even start it.
Oh my god, I can't.
They used to come out with character ones, like superheroes and stuff like that, but this is just a generic one. They still make these. I'm not good at it at all, so don't look at me. What? That's not how you hold it. I don't know. You can't. That's impossible. It's supposed to go like this. Right?
I guess.
It's really hard to do it this way. It doesn't come back.
I was trying to get you to struggle on the camera.
Okay. Alright. What is this called? It's a really simple name. Don't get complicated. They've got it. Paddle ball.
Yeah.
Who said it?
Oh, a bunch of people. Let me scroll back.
Paddle ball is right. It's been around forever.
First person is CF.
CF with paddle ball.
Although, American Explorer did say bolo paddle. Is that maybe?
No. Well, maybe, I don't know, but I just know it as paddle ball.
Yeah.
Just the simple, generic term for it is paddle ball. So yeah, so we've gotten into some old-fashioned toys tonight. We've got two more. Okay, another So we might get some creative answers on this, but who knows what this went on, okay? Not like who it was for or what they did with it. What did this go on?
Yeah, hold it still.
This is really old, like early 60s, or no, it's not crazy old, but even 50s. Crib. That's right, you guys. Yeah, this had the straps there, and it would.
Rob Adventures got it first.
Okay, yeah, you tied it to the, not tied it, but you fastened it to the ends of the crib, and the baby would hang under it. And I have the original. The baby would be under it. Did I say hang under it? The baby would be under it and play with it. I have the box for this. It's very beat up. It's called a Cradle Gym. 3 months to 1 year. Right Time Toy. And it says Richard and Frank on there. Richard is my uncle, and he gave this to me from his childhood. So there you go. And it's got the story of the Cradle Gym, and you can actually see the baby there in that little picture. See if this has a year on it. I don't see a year. Okay. American Toys. Well, this was 50s, made in the 50s and 60s. So baby crib, but yeah, a lot of people said that. Okay, the last one, and I forgot who said it first because I have zero memory. Crib, 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 crib. Rob Adventures. Does anyone see my answers? I see you saying that, Tammy. Rob Adventures said crib. I think it's Rob. Looks like a choking hazard these days. It probably is, because if it broke, there's small things like this tiny bell that could be swallowed. So you're right. I'm sure they wouldn't make something like that today. It is very vintage. All right, we've got one last one. We went sort of longer on this, but I did want to show some different decades since it was brought to my attention that we seem to be strictly 80s and 90s. This is a newer thing, but my question is to you, not what it is or what's on it or anything like that, and you see those holes on the top. What does this do? It's a children's toy, and they were made long ago, but they have made some reproductions today. So I know I had one of these when I was a kid, but they're ones that are much older. So I wanted to ask you what this does. Yeah, somebody said lead paint. It probably did have lead paint. Okay. It moves. American Explorer is correct.
You did not show me that thing before. That is different.
Yes. Makes a kind of sick move, actually.
Yeah, it's almost sounds like a buzz.
American Explorer still has his from the 60s, so that's pretty cool. Moo, 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 moo. No idea. Yeah, it's got the little holes on the top. It's got something inside that the air goes through and makes that sound.
Yeah, cow dying.
It does sound like a cow dying. And this, like I said, this is a reproduction. It says it's made by Schilling. But again, these go way, 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 way back. So yes, take that cow out to the pasture. Moo. Scott said moo before that. Okay, will you check, see who said moo first? We'll get a moo check. Moo check. Because remember, we see different stuff from you guys sometimes. We'll see. I might not have scrolled up far enough.
American Explorer seems to have gotten it first.
We see American Explorer, so we're going to go with that, but sorry if you guys see something different. We have different speeds going here, slower and faster, and we see different stuff sometimes. My mom took mine away. I never got it back. That's sad, Justin. Exploring with CF says, moving on. Yep. Moo check.
Wah, wah,
Hashtag moo check. Because we needed to see who said moo first. That's pretty cool. Alrighty. We are done with that game. And we went extra long with that game. So we're gonna like fast track the rest of the stuff. And try to talk about a couple things really quickly. Is Sally here? I haven't seen Sally in the chat, or maybe I overlooked her. Sally, let me know if you're here. If she's not here, I'm not going to talk about the next thing. We're going to skip it. So,
I'm not seeing a response.
Yeah, I don't think she's here, so I will not do that. Okay, I want to talk about, like, one of the things I tonight, try not about this, we'll just kind of breeze over it. But one of the new things that I'm adding, like last time it was BOLO, which is be on the lookout, where I tell you about things that you probably wouldn't think are worth much, but actually they're going for pretty high prices on eBay. I have another one of those, but we might skip that simply because we did it last time, and I'll just do a bigger BOLO section next time. But I'm adding something new, and that is oddities. So I want to show you some things that I come across in this retro nightmare. Going through this project, I come through some really weird stuff. I have questions about it. I'm sure you will too. So I'm going to see what you have to say about it. So without dragging this out much longer, I want to say, first of all, how strange stuffed animals of yesteryear are. I know we have some weird stuff today too. There's always going to be weird stuff, but I want to show you a few stuffed animals from yesteryear that are in my house, and they just look crazy bizarre to me. So let's check some of them out. I've got this skunk.
Yeah, back up a little bit with this. Yeah, you can see it all. Okay. Yeah, that's good.
So this is like, it kind of has that like cheapy feel, like it was a carnival prize, you know? It's not stuffed that
Some
well.
of these might be described as fugly.
Fugly, yes. We know what that stands for. I would agree with that for the skunk. Okay. So here's some more. These are older. These are like 60s.
Yeah, it wasn't Pepe Le Pew.
No, you don't have to guess who these are. I'm just showing you oddities. Okay. Yeah, this is not the game anymore. Cut on the game, but this is oddities. You can tell me your opinion about these strange things. I may have some questions for you on like what, well, you'll see in a minute. But yeah, we're not guessing, but you can still say like who it looks like. And we've got this really trippy alligator. He's psychedelic. See? So I'm just including him in oddities. The weird stuffed animals of yesteryear. We got this guy. He's later than those. Those were like 60s or 70s. And this is 80s. And he actually has a tag. Planet Animals. This is Raspberry Tamus. Raspberry Tamus. And he is from 1982. And he's got wire in him, so you can actually bend him. And so that's interesting. And odd. I don't know if you've ever seen something quite like this. Okay, so kind of moving off of stuffed animals, have any of you ever seen one of these? This would have been good for the guessing game, actually, but this is a cat. They're called kusas, and they are actually made by Cabbage Patches. If you tell, like, the shape of the head and the eyes and the cheeks and stuff, look familiar to, or look similar to Cabbage Patch. And you could dress this up just like a Cabbage Patch as well, but it was called a kusa. So I'm putting that in oddities. You don't see these that much. You mostly see the old Cabbage Patches, but this is in fact a kusa, and it is from 1983. I didn't think this was that weird. I think it's cute, but Sir Daniel thinks it's weird.
Ugh.
He doesn't like it. It's an apple baby. I mean, look at the little stem and the head and the leaves. It's cute. And they had a bunch of these. They had other fruits, and you could collect them all. I don't know when this is from. 80s, probably.
I think it's a guy thing. We kind of look at that and like, ugh.
I think it's cute. It's a little apple baby. It's not that weird. Eek! All right. Moving, actually still continuing along the lines of grocery items. Okay, we've got these. And I actually had this one when I was a kid. This is Sweetie Pea, and it's by Del Monte, which was like the canned stuff. Like,
Still is.
yes, it still is. Canned fruits, canned vegetables. Well, when I was a kid, you could like collect labels or something and send them away for these guys from a catalog. So my mom collected all the labels, and then she got me this Sweetie Pea. But I put this in oddities, especially this one. If you're an avid Retromantic fan, this is actually this guy's second appearance. He made his first appearance in our Thanksgiving decor video that I did with Sir Daniel.
Oh, wow.
I had him out like for fall because he's a scarecrow, but it's not just a scarecrow, it's a melon, or like a peach head. The head is a peach, and it's made into a scarecrow, a peach on a scarecrow body. I don't know quite how to explain him, but he's got a name, and it's Shoo Scarecrow. And you can see the little Del Monte thing. But anyway, I consider this kind of odd. You know, it's a scarecrow with a peach head.
It's odd.
Or a melon head, or it might be a cantaloupe. Cantaloupe, peach, I don't know. It's odd. But my daughter loves this, and I actually had to take it from her bed to use it for the live stream, and she's like, make sure you put it back. Don't sell it. She was worried. So I'm like, I'm not going to sell Sweetie Pea. I'll put them back on your bed. I just want to show them. Okay, a couple more oddities, and then we'll try to wrap things up so we don't want to go past midnight or anything like that. So every week I have to bring up New Kids on the Block. And
I thought you were selling that.
Sir Daniel always tries to convince me to sell the items, but I like to keep them because they remind me of being young and being silly and loving New Kids on the Block. Okay, I was like 10 or whatever. By the time I hit teenager, I was out of it. But okay, New Kids on the Block themselves are not oddities, but well, I guess that's debatable. But what I'm going to show you is I consider it kind of an oddity because most people, unless you were like a huge fan, didn't know that they had their own cartoon. Like, those are the New Kids on the Block guys, who, by the way, earlier tonight, they went live. I was at work at the museum with Sir Daniel, and I made him look at a New Kids on the Block live stream.
She did.
And I was like, oh my God, they're so old now. But they're still a band, or they got back together, actually. Anyway, the oddity is that this was a cartoon, a Saturday morning cartoon, and it did not do very well. It was off the air pretty soon. But I happened to come across these old VHS copies of the cartoons, New Kids on the Block, In Step and Out of Time. The year on this is 1990. So I don't know if any of y'all remember.
Yeah, she's going to sell them.
No, I'm not. These are rare. I'm keeping them. And we're going to watch them.
Oh my God.
Nah. All that stuff on your list that you want me to watch, guess what?
Okay.
That's on my list, buddy.
I guess we can make some compromises.
Exploring with CF has the whole New Kids cartoon series. Are you serious? Like on DVD or VHS? Because if that's true, you're like my hero now. It's a guy saying he has the whole. Are you joking with me, or do you? I know you collect your retro stuff. I don't know if he's joking or not, but
It says VHS too.
VHS.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is awesome. JP Videos. Better late than never.
Yep. He missed all the.
Oh, he missed. Okay, we'll get ready.
Yep.
We'll do it for Jay. All right, let's check in with Sir Jason. Sir Jason DeVorhees is here with us in the live stream because it's a special day. We've said this about 3 times now, but
Yeah. What event do people come in?
it is Saturday the 13th. So we're celebrating that. And also, what day is it?
June 13th.
June 13th.
Which, according to Friday the 13th film lore, is Jason Voorhees' birthday.
Jason Voorhees' birthday celebration on the live stream. So yeah, so he's joining us today in the closet. Sir Jason, not Sir Daniel.
Yeah. I am the stream.
Get out of here. Okay, I'm back and I'm clearer than ever. Look at this. I'm using my new phone. I've hacked through the live stream, through the StreamYard, and I'm using my phone and it looks so much better. It's clear, and hopefully the video version of this will look better too. So I'm excited about the better quality today. Okay, so a few more oddities, then we will try to wrap things up. If you guys remember sewing patterns, I know they're still around today, but it seems like they just had some more like peculiar stuff back a long time ago. You can make Halloween costumes, but I thought that these guys look kind of weird. They're trolls, but are the top ones naked?
It kind of do look that way.
Or that one on the right there is naked.
Sure, that's
But it's a
all right.
sewing pattern. You know, remember when moms and grandmas used to like sew stuff for you instead of buying it? Well, there you go. You could be a troll for Halloween. And like this one I put out as an oddity. I'm going to show you the back in a second. And Sir Daniel and I were having this conversation how clowns are so scary to people now and they're freaked out by them. But like clowns used to be like actual decor in people's houses.
Yeah.
And kids, you know, kids played with clown stuff. But look at the back here. I mean, they're not even colorful. They're kind of like hobo clowns. But these are literally like clowns that some ladies or men, whoever, could make these and like put them out as like decor in your house. they've kind of got like muted colors or fall colors here for your living room decor. I just think that's funny how decor used to be like that, because now everybody's just like, that's tacky, that's scary, that's freaky, get clowns away from me. But back in the day, you could sew them and use them to decorate your house. So I do consider it, it's not really that odd, it's just how times have changed. So some people would consider that an oddity. Earlier we were talking about generic or knockoff items that can be worth more than the original, and probably one day I'll do like maybe a whole live stream once this series is over on knockoffs, because I think I can have enough stuff for that. But I want you to check this out. This is the original. This is E.T. collectible, still in the package. And he's got his blanket and his book there. Well, now I would like you to meet the visitor from outer space. Check that out. That is a knockoff E.T. You can see on the original, they've even got stuff on the back. He's got his little speak and spell there. And it's very brand name, and you know, it's got like Universal Studios and stuff like that. In 1982, this one doesn't have anything on the back. And AAR sales. It also says 1982. They're both 1982 because, of course, that's when it came out, and that one wanted to get on board with it. They both are actually made in Hong Kong, but this is the visitor from outer space. Check him out. That is a knockoff, and that is worth more than this. So it's kind of interesting to see. Never been a fan of clowns. That's what a lot of people say. Flour sacks. Made clothes out of flour sacks. I've heard of that, actually. Okay, we have these guys. I found this in my stuff. It's just like a puffball with eyes. So I don't
remember you showing me.
You need a close-up of this.
Oh my lord. It's almost like it's got owl eyes and then there's no beak. And
has anyone ever seen this? I don't know what it is. It was just in my stuff. I don't know where it came from. It just showed up here.
I mean, I'd almost say it's a Tribble from Star Trek, but it's got eyes, so it ain't a Tribble.
I don't know. And I found this little guy. He resembles a monkey. I guess it is a monkey. It's got fur. But like, this is synthetic feeling, or like stuffed animal feeling. This feels like actual fur. Feel it.
Oh yeah.
It's really soft. So
it feels like rabbit, in fact.
Yeah.
Soft like rabbit.
So those are weird.
Yeah, somebody said Tribbles, yeah. Very much so.
Okay, I found this, and I showed this to Sir Daniel last week, and we sort of speculated around it. Good night, Rob. And I found it was with like those little charms and those little toys that I have, like the Cracker Jack charms that I showed you earlier. This was in the bag too, with a bunch of other stuff. Okay, so it's a garter, you know, like when you get the bride puts it on her leg, but it has a boat attached to it. So like our guesses were like, it's glued on there. It's not like it just got attached somehow in a bag. It's glued on there purposefully. So we were thinking maybe they were going on like a boat for their honeymoon, or they were big boat enthusiasts, or they met on a boat, something to do with boats. Because somebody a long time ago, this is like 70s probably, was wearing this garter with a boat attached to it. And now, through some strange way of life, I have it now in my possession. What do you guys think about this? Sandra thinks it's sexy. Who would wear this? Who? Anyone getting married? I'll send it to you. What do you guys think about this? I definitely think this is an oddity. And I wonder about the lady who had it. If I knew who she was, maybe I could return it to her. Or maybe she's divorced and she threw it out. She was like, get this out of my sight. Who knows? We will never know. Unless I make a post about it and make it go like viral on Facebook. I should model it. Okay. I am not going to do that now, but I will put it in the pile of retro clothes. And if I ever get that on Spin It to Win It, maybe I will put on the boat garter. So we'll keep that out. Thanks for Gilligan's Island wife. That's good. That's a good. My voice has changed. Like what does that mean? I should model. Yeah, okay. Well, it's over there. Okay. Quick, we gotta hurry up. I've been like a crazy blabbermouth. Oddities. This was mine when I was in middle school, like 6th grade. It was part of a necklace that I actually wore. And it's like a speech bubble, and one side says call me, and then if you don't like the boy, you turn it over, and it says not.
Oh, yes. Hold on. Yeah, the sound is weird.
The sound is weird?
Yeah, it's got sort of like a tinny sound to it.
I really don't know what has changed. I mean, I can go back out and back in.
Yeah, all the laptop mics are off.
Let's see. Testing. Does it still sound the same?
It's a little better. Yeah, you're back on the laptop, right?
No, I'm back on the phone.
Okay.
How does it?
Oh yeah, Sandra's got it right. Phone heated up. Yeah, you're probably going to need to cut this short soon.
So if it's still there, I can switch. We are going to end it soon anyway, but I can switch back to the lesser quality, and we'll see how that does.
What is it?
And you're going to need to turn that one.
How's this? Testing.
Sounds good on this.
I've still got an echo over here. Testing.
Yeah, it's fine. Like I told you. Yeah, everyone says okay. Better. Yeah, say something.
Testing.
Yes, much better.
Okay, all right. So let's hurry up here. All right. I'm showing you guys this. It's kind of rude, at least for middle school. There was a necklace. It says call me on one side and not on the other. Odd and rude. Those middle school days. Okay, I've also got this. It's very tiny. This is actually called Train Chess. And it's a little game that you open up, and I'm throwing the pieces now. But It's got little magnetic pieces. It's got a little dice, a die. It's very tiny. Itsy bitsy. But this is the board. I know the picture is not as good now, but does anyone remember these? Or maybe not this game, but they used to make little mini games. And it's magnetic. And you're going around the train yard. It's kind of cute. And kind of odd too. Perfect sound. Good. It is teeny weeny. And it has nothing to do with chess, which is another odd thing. It's just like roll the dice and go the number of spaces. Nothing to do with chess, yet it's called train chess. Okay, I saved this for the end. Okay, I want to show you guys this. This is a Ninja Turtles book, and it is kind of odd. I mean, it's good. It has a good message for children, but it's pretty funny at the same time. And it's called Turtles Don't Do Drugs, a rap song. And I've bookmarked a couple pages that I want to show you in here. And, you know, got your pals, the Ninja Turtles here. And it's like, got obviously rap type words. It's like, we're the Mutant Ninja Turtles and we're here to say that when the game is drugs, we just won't play. Look at the pictures, listen to our rap, and don't get caught in the pusher's trap. So it's stuff like that. Yeah. Look at some of the other pages. Some guy calls, hey kid, want to make some fast dough? Take this bag to the store and just ask for Joe. Here's $10 now. And when you get back, I'll be waiting with 10 more in my Cadillac. Okay, I have an idea about this. Okay, TikTok. You know, TikTok, it's like crazy and it's for people that don't have an attention span and it's for 18-year-olds and all that stuff. But I think that Daniel and I could make some short TikToks on stuff like this. By the way.
That's right.
Yeah, there's some more pages. I want to show them. There's a couple more pages. This is some good stuff, you guys.
My pen is strong.
But once they've trapped you in their net, they'll squeeze for all that they can get. And once you need their sleazy stuff, no amount of money will be enough. Drugs lead to a life of crime. Want to go to jail and do some time?
Oh, this is terrible. We're going to hell.
Hey, I got 2 more pages here that I think are pretty rad. Some kids at the playground say they just smoke pot. But listen, buddies, you better not. Once potheads want to have a high, there's a lot of poison that they might try. You're not dumb, so don't take dope when you pass these joints. Be like us, say nope. Okay, here's the last page. I know this is really thrilling for you guys.
Sally's on, finally.
Sally! Hey, we're getting kind of late, so I'm not going to do the thing that I'm not going to talk about the game. I will message you about Monopoly, the Monopoly game. We should do TikTok. We have a vote for that. But thank you for joining us, Sally. We are going to end soon, but I will definitely send you a message. Okay, here's the finale. Are you ready, Sir Daniel? He's ready.
I've been ready.
All right, this one is 2 pages. So
okay.
Here we go. Ending the live stream with some Ninja Turtle rap. The pushers say, come take a trip, but trips on drugs are trips to skip. When pushers deal, just say I pass. I'm on a very different trip, and I'm going first class. It will take time, and there's work to do, but the Ninja Turtles can count on you. Keep going. So let's have a pizza with extra cheese. No anchovies, if you please. No crack, no smack, no angel dust. Just the turtles and you. trust. TikTok, here we come. Okay.
Oh my God.
All right, you guys.
30 seconds of fame coming
Yeah.
away.
This is just about the dorkiest live stream we've ever done.
It's about right.
All right. All right, I'm gonna wrap up the stream. I want to do a few final announcements just for some of you that came in late.
That's a wrap.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
Oh boy.
Word
Epic.
out. Okay. So thank you guys for joining us. We did get through oddities and we did games. I know we always do the spinning wheel. We just don't have a lot of time for that tonight. I am gonna do the drawing though. So we will get back to the spinning wheel next time we do this. And I also have more bolo for you, or be on the lookout. And just a few final thoughts. Daniel has been with me through my journey of extreme technical difficulties in the past couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my computer went, my phone went, the internet went. I mean, all right back to back.
Yeah.
So
triple whammy.
Yeah, I've been trying to get back on track with posting videos, but it just has not happened. I did get a new phone. And my laptop is it's okay right now, so I am gonna jump back on editing. We have an 80s weekend coming up next, a parade and a race and a party that's 80s themed. So I'm gonna get that video out next. I don't know if Johnny might have left, but we have a plane crash video coming up. We did get to the location for that. It was a very difficult hike, but it was definitely worth it because we found a abandoned crash site of an airplane from 1983, and we got a video of that. So I did a collaboration with him. I don't know if I'm going to get that out before the Pennsylvania trip. That would be pushing it, especially since the 80s one is first, but just a heads up that will be coming. Johnny and I are also going to head out in July to south of the border. I don't know who's familiar with south of the border, but we're definitely going to have some retro kitschy fun there. So there'll be a video from there.
Good night, everyone that's going to bed.
Bye-bye if you're leaving. Thank you for being here. We've got more adventures outside of the toy room coming up with Sir Daniel. We don't have anything concrete yet, but we want to get back out, especially to Gatlinburg and do some more videos there.
Yeah.
So that is going to be coming up. I've got some abandoned locations coming up that I'm going to around 4th of July. So I'll be getting those. And then, of course, the Pennsylvania footage. Again, a week from Tuesday, I am headed down a 10-hour trip to Pennsylvania. I'm going to make video of retro stops along the way. One of the stops is going to be Tammy's house, hopefully, to film her extensive Wizard of Oz collection. So that will be a video, and then a video of all the little kitschy retro stuff along the way. And then when I get to Pennsylvania, of course, later on, videos will be coming out. We're going to Centralia. There are some other places, antique type stores that we're going to, and then some other surprises, I guess you could call them, because I really don't know everything that I'm doing there yet, but expect all those Pennsylvania collaborations this summer. And then I mentioned this in the beginning, but for some of the new people, I'm going to be doing a couple of random live streams in the upcoming weeks. With my Retro Nightmare, I always put up a bunch of advance notice days ahead, and I set it up. I'm not going to do that for these. I'm just going to come on, and if you're here, you're here. If you catch it, that's great. I plan to do a live stream probably maybe the night before I leave for Pennsylvania, just to update you guys on what's happening, and I'll probably have more concrete plans about it then. So it'll just be me, and I'll just come on, and maybe you can join me. when I'm in Pennsylvania, again, I'm hoping to do a live stream with JP Videos. Hopefully we'll be able to work that out. Sir Daniel and I put together a box from the Scottish Tartans Museum with good tasty stuff and also questionable stuff like haggis, canned haggis. And we're hoping to have Jay do a chow time, maybe.
And he's one of the people that left just now.
Okay,
so.
well, I'm hoping that we have talked about this, so we're hoping to do like a chow time kind of episode and try those foods from the Scottish Tartans Museum, or those Scottish foods. So expect some, random, and I don't know what else we're going to do. There might be random stuff in Pennsylvania, so be looking out. Don't be surprised when live streams come in.
Let's say happy birthday to Patricia.
It's Patricia's birthday?
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Patricia! Yay! I have a balloon for you.
Don't go.
Here you go, Patricia. Happy birthday! Yay! Okay. Theodore, always with the jokes. When will your random live stream be on?
Randomly.
Randomly, yes, exactly. Okay. So, and make sure you're checking the group page too if you're interested in buying toys. My Retro Nightmare on Facebook, and don't forget my page is just called The Retromantic, and that talks about the projects I'm working on and stuff like that. I'm not going to do all the links and stuff because we're getting so late. I'll put them in the description under the video, and I think they're already, well, the group one. I'll add it underneath this live stream when it goes up. So I think that is about it. Oh, like one last thing. When we cleaned out underneath the table in here, we found like 3 computers.
Yeah.
And they're not old. Like I wish I had an 80s, like, one of those really old ones. Mm-hmm. And they're not that old, but they're kind of old. And we're actually going to do a live stream. This is kind of way in the future, but I did want to mention we're going to do a live stream of trying to get those computers to work again and what's on them, which could be interesting. Like really old photos and things from like the late 90s, stuff like that. So we're going to see if we can get those really old systems. Well, they're not all of them are old, but we'll try to see if we can get them going. I have a laptop we'd like to get going that my daughter can use it, but I think it might be kind of funny to see what's on those. I will share it with you in a future live stream. So that is about it. Thank you guys. This is definitely I think the longest live stream that we've done, but I did want to have it be just a little bit longer because, again, final thought, we are not meeting or we are not live streaming 2 weeks from now, which would be the 27th, I think. I might just be making that up.
Sounds about right.
2 weeks from now would be the regularly scheduled My Retro Nightmare. We're not doing that. We're not going to have it that night. Look out for random live streams instead, and My Retro Nightmare will be back at a future date, and we'll let you know through all the Facebook posts and everything. Thanks for sticking with us. I appreciate you guys for being here, and those of you who dropped in and out. I know they're not here, but I say thank you to everybody. Let's add Sir Daniel back so we can say goodbye to him as well. So everybody saying good night. Good night, Sir Jason DeVorhees. It was his birthday. He shares a birthday with Patricia.
Yeah.
Birthday buddies. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks again, and we will see you soon.